Welcome to Tabletopbattle and
Spillforeningen in the Fellowship.
And just a regular dude.
working for
Games
GW.
Workshop Oslo.
Yeah, which is cool that you're together with us and helping people learn how to play Age of Sigmar.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, if you haven't seen the other videos, this is Matthias
Svein,
and Amal.
and if you haven't seen them, please go back and watch them as it's a kind of a build-up to this final battle that you're going to see now. This battle contains all the models that are included in the Age of Sigmar starter set. And it will be fought on a 4x6 table as opposed to the other videos, which has been on a 24 inch by 24 inch and 24 inch by 48 inch table. So we think it's time to get into some real action with lots of cool models painted by these two gentlemen. And let's go for some blood hunting!
Yay! The battle plan for this is Reign of Death. It contains the armies, the Thunderstrike Brotherhood versus the Goreblade Warband, which are the content of the starter box. They have their own War Scroll battalion for each of them. And we will play this as setup and victory conditions as described in the Age of Sigmar rule leaflet. So we will start off by rolling a dice. And the highest dice is me. I will now split the table. So I won the roll-off and I decide how to split the table. Now there are three ways I can split the table. I can split the table into halves like this, or I can split the table into halves like this, or I can split it with 3 tiles for me and 3 tiles for my opponents. And I will split it like this. And since I won the roll-off, I start, and I have to deploy one of my war scrolls 12 inches away from his territory.
So you have 3 tiles,
Yes.
and he has 3 tiles.
Yeah. So I will put my Bloodstock here.
Behind cover.
Yep. For this game, we will not be using any of the rules for the different scenery.
This scenery actually has their own war scrolls.
Yes.
And in games of Age of Sigmar, you either use scenery that has their own war scrolls, also that means that they have different functions and abilities, or you can use normal terrain that you have, and then you roll on a terrain table on the rules sheet that will tell you what they do or not do. So this is where the Bloodstoker set up, and remember, as we said, Weil has this tile, and that tile. And you put your first unit.
Yeah, I will actually deploy my
Oh, look at that!
my Lord Celestant.
I can see some aggressive.
12 inches from my enemy's territory, so I'm not allowed within this line here and there.
So you have to set up 12 inches away from the enemy territory.
Yeah, so I deploy Vandus Hammerhand on his mighty Dracoth on the front lines.
The Blood Secretor is placed here.
So this is gonna be some intense close combat quite soon, I think.
Oh yeah, that's what we that's what we do, since we basically have very few ranged attacks in this army. The fun part comes when we get into combat. So I'm actually going to. I see your Blood Secretor and raise you a Lord Relictor.
Okay. And then my Blood Warriors will start here.
5 Blood Warriors, and we know what they can do.
Yep.
When they are within 18 inches of the banner.
Actually, I need to move him back a little bit since he is within 12 of
the table
territory
yeah.
here. So he will just have to move back a little bit.
So losing.
And this one here as well.
It's a bit of a tricky
There we go.
setup.
Blood Warriors, and in response, he has 3 Retributors over there. They're piling up. And now for the Corn Blood God.
Korgorath.
The Korgorath is getting ready to move in and pummel.
And I'm actually done deploying because I will deploy my prosecutors as well, and I will keep my liberators in reserve, so they will come into battle riding the lightning. That sounds so 80s rock, you know. I will deploy these ones just behind the lines here as well.
It's a big blob.
Yeah, considering these have very fast move, I feel comfortable putting them out there as well. So I'm actually done deploying.
Then the Blood Reavers. Deploy here.
Okay.
And you are done deploying, and I have yet to deploy all my army because I still have Korgoskul, the Khorne Chaos Lord.
The mighty Lord of Khorne.
Mighty Lord of Khorne. He will drop here, if he can get past his axe.
Okay, so you have your full army set up in this half circle sort of, and you have your tiny little army over here in a blob, but you have 2 units in reserve.
So now we have deployed our forces, and the next thing we usually would do is to declare which model is our general. And this can be any of the models in our army, but specific for this battle plan, the Mighty Lord of Khorne and the Lord Celestant is the generals.
Yeah, the predetermined generals of these forces.
I also have 1/3 more models than you, so usually you could pick a sudden death victory condition.
Yeah.
But it says in this battle plan that you cannot choose those, and it's fight to the death, really. So if one side kills the other, they gain a major victory, and if we are unable to kill each other, then we have to calculate how many models we have lost from the starting point, and see who has taken fewer loss as a percentage and gain a minor victory. So just a quick note on the retributors that you put on the side.
Oh, the liberators, yeah.
The liberators, sorry.
Yeah. So because I'm playing the Thunderstrike Brotherhood, which is a War Scroll battalion, which basically if you meet some of the conditions, and these conditions are if you include everything from the start box, then they are included in a specific kind of battalion, which will get additional bonuses. So for these ones, for example, get the bonus that every unit that is within 6 inches of another unit within the battalion gets +1 to their bravery, and also I can choose to keep some of my units in reserve and move them onto the table through lightning strikes, which we did in the previous video, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I'm choosing to do with my liberators. They will move onto the table in one of my movement phases during this game.
And for my Goreblade Warband, we have the Blood Rival special rule. So when a friendly model has been able to do a charge, other models can re-roll their charge rolls. So that's quite neat. And then there's Khorne Cares Not, from whence the blood flows. So if a unit is wiped out during the combat phase, that can be friend or foe, can add 1 to the attack characteristics of all melee weapons used in this War Scroll battalion.
That is quite
for
nasty.
the remainder of that combat phase. So that is quite nice. So should we just go into battle round 1?
Yeah, I finished deploying, so per the rules, I get the first turn. It's my turn 1, and I will start with my hero phase. Instead of using the command ability Inspiring Presence that I've been using earlier, I'm using Vandus Hammerhand's specific command ability, which is called Lord of the Host. So basically, he casts this ability, and every Stormcast Eternal unit within 24 inches, it's pretty far, ignores Battle Shock. So instead of commanding one unit to ignore Battle Shock, he commands his entire army to do so.
That's a very inspiring presence.
That is a very inspiring presence indeed. So, with that done, I can also activate some ability with my Lord Relifter. However, he is not within range to use his special ability, and I'll go straight on to the movement phase, where I intend to move my prosecutors 12 inches in this direction. Twice that's a flanking move.
Yeah.
Along with Vandus Hammerhand, who moves 10 inches in the same direction.
Are you afraid of my blood warriors?
No, not so much. Okay, a little. And if I am within range, which I doubt that I am, I could hypothetically throw some hammers. But no hammer lobbing this time.
What's the range of that?
18 inches.
Ooh, that's
It's
pretty
just
good.
outside. And that actually concludes my turn.
Yeah. So this is where you have moved up and getting ready to do some damage.
For my hero phase, I will start with Inspiring Presence from my general to the Blood Reavers, and the Bloodstoker will crack his whip and whip the Blood Secretor to a Fury, and then we will proceed to the move phase, and he will run. He gets
That's 4 plus 3, 7, and then an additional 3.
Yes, so that
10
is
inches.
10 inches.
And the additional 3 came from the whipping
Yep.
with sound effects.
So he's there, and he can move 5 inches up, 6 inches, there, 6 inches. Actually, they should have run. It's too late. They will run. They can move 5
That's
to
8.
8.
So the first round won't see too much action, but the next round I guess will be quite eventful.
I'll just move these up too.
So they didn't run either?
No.
Oh. Could possibly be a clever move, actually.
Yep.
That's it?
Just rearranging a bit. Something like that. Yep.
This is your new battle line.
Yep, and I have no shooting, I have no charges, there's no combat, so no battle shock, and that's battle round 1 done.
That's end of round 1, yes.
Roll to
Roll.
see.
You choose.
And I choose you, Pikachu.
You choose me.
Yeah, you actually
Okay.
get to go first this time as well.
My second turn, hero phase, I will use Inspiring Presence on the Blood Reavers. I will whip the Blood Reavers so they get another 3 inches on their charge and run. So we can charge, but I won't do that. And then we will start moving. Just do a slow trudge up 5 inches. 6 inches. And 6 inches. And then these guys will move 6.
So maybe move those and move the rest afterwards.
Yeah, I will move the rest of these guys. He will then move his 4 inches there. The Lord will run 3 inches. So 8. That puts him here. And then I'll move the rest, and Matthias can start.
So for turn 2 I actually opted for Wiley to go first, and he fell right into my trap. Because now in my turn I will again activate my Lord of the Host command ability, so I do not take any battle shock test. I will also move him forward just... Oh, let's see, I'm going to move him up here.
10 inches total.
10 inches total for the Dracoth. It's a
Mighty
fast,
beast.
mighty beast, and the prosecutors are allowed to move up to 12 inches. Oh, that's true, it's true. I need to be
3 inches
3 inches away. Thank you for keeping me in check. These guys will move forward as well. Up to here. Also, I could have... No, he's not within range for using his healing wind or lightning strike. I will run with the retributors. We have an impressive 4-inch movement, which is doubled in this turn.
Since you roll a 4 on your run.
That's right, and I will do the same thing with my Lord Relictor. He gets 9-inch movement, which brings him up just behind the retributors. Okay. And also for this turn I will call down my Liberators. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I just pretended to be playing badly in the previous games.
Here comes the full force of...
Yeah, so I can set them up wherever I want, as long as they are not within 9 inches of an enemy unit. So we have a small line of Liberators here, and I could.
They have 40 mil bases.
I do that as well. I do believe this is enough. If I set them up just on the board edge. I am usually a very nice person, not on the battlefield. Oh, their bases are actually too big, so I can't deploy them there. So I will come around on your side and place them behind the Blood Warriors. There we are. So I will set up here. Then we go on to the shooting phase. And here's something I haven't used since the first game we played in this series of videos. The Storm Breath. Do you remember that?
No.
Yes, the Storm Breath was very fun. I choose a little marker within 12 inches from the Dracoth. So he will place the little marker here, with the skull upwards of course. And any unit within 2 inches of this marker suffers D3 mortal wounds on a roll of 4 or more.
So all the heroes have the core.
Yes, all the heroes have the core. So we will start with the Bloodstoker, 4+. He suffers D3 mortal wounds. He takes 2 mortal wounds. The Bloodsecrator suffers D3 mortal wounds as well. 1 mortal wound on the Bloodsecrator.
3 left.
And the Mighty Corgus Kull. He's safe for now. And was the Bloodsecrator within range as well?
No, the Bloodstoker.
The Korgorath.
Korgorath.
No, he's fine actually.
Okay.
It's not within range. So yeah, that was fun. And then I will move on to my prosecutors. So I have 2 attacks each with their celestial hammers. It's 4+4+, and reroll ones to hit. So they will throw their hammers at the Blood Reavers. Let's reroll once, so I get this one. Miss, and 4+2 wound. Managed to kill 1. I will now attempt a charge. Okay, sorry. Several charges. More specifically, 4 different charges. We will start off with the Lord Celestant. He makes it. basically he would only fail on a double 1. As we can see, 3 inches. He is in combat with the Blood Warriors, and I strategically placed him so he cannot pile in with the Korgorath. That would be quite horrible on my behalf. The Liberators will attempt a charge as well. They would need 9. Roll an 8, so they are not in combat. The Liberators over here. Roll over here.
Yes.
It's
Also
8
an 8
as well. And the Prosecutors. Now the Prosecutors roll 3 dice. 6, 7, 8 as well. Wow, that's very average.
They needed 5.
5, so they are okay. So I fly in with him here. This guy in here. Damn,
So lots of wings.
And this guy flies in here. I think I actually set up myself for Corvus to be able to countercharge me.
That's good. And put it here back to my mighty Lord of Chaos.
So I will start by activating Vandus Hammerhand.
Okay.
Memory serves correctly, he has 3 attacks with his Tempestuous Hammer. And this is actually a rule that I forgot to mention in the first scenario, because I was so hyped. If this model has made a charge move this turn, it can make D3 extra attacks with his Tempestuous Hammer. So he will get a charge bonus of 1, so he gets 4 attacks this turn. Hits on 3+. Horribly. And wounds on 2+.
2+. No!
And I managed to roll a 1. How about that? However, I still have the Dracoth's Claws and Fangs. So it's 3+ there as well. It's with 1. Oh god, what have you done to my dice?
I touched them.
Ah, bastard. And 3+ to wound. That is enough to inflict a wound?
Yes.
With -1 rend.
-1 rend, so I save on a 5+, and
That's
I got
2.
2. So 1 wound, or
That's 1 damage.
1 damage.
Yeah.
So one of them. There's the one.
And then it's your go to activate a unit.
Yep. Matthias charged with Vandus Hammerhand, the Lord Celestant, and he also charged with the Prosecutors over here. And then he chose to activate the Lord Celestant first. Now I have 3 units I can choose to activate. I have the Blood Warriors, which are in range of that guy. I have my Blood Reavers, which are in range for these guys. And also my Mighty Lord of Khorne can pile in 3 inches and get these guys. But I choose now to activate my Blood Reavers, because I kind of expect them to die, so I can remove a couple of guys and make way for the Mighty Lord of Khorne. So I get a 3-inch pile in now.
Okay, so you move them in and we'll be back with that.
So my Blood Reavers have piled in. I have 13 guys in range, and including the champion, so that is a base of 13 and 14 attacks with the extra for the champion. But since I am within 12 inches of a model with a totem and chaos keyword, I get another attack. 27 attacks. And we hit on a 4+. And we re-roll once. So I did not re-roll the re-roll there. All the dice.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's decent.
Pretty decent.
It's pretty average, I think.
Wounding on 4+.
Yep, 4+ again. I do not re-roll once now.
I should just take this dice and
Yep.
roll them. So it's 6 wounds. I have a 4+ save on my Prosecutors.
No rend.
I fail 3. They have 2 wounds each. So I remove 1, which will be the closest one, so you can't pile in with Corgus.
Okay.
And you can just place a dice on the on this guy here, because
guy.
I have the prime standing over there.
Like so.
Effective combat.
Well,
effective.
actually, you blocked off Corgus with your Blood Reavers anyway.
But now you need to activate these, and I decided which ones to remove. So I was hoping you'd kill these guys so I could pile in.
Fair enough.
So
you
that
were just
was-
hoping that I was killing them off. Very well.
Yeah.
So
I was.
my guys have 2 attacks each, and my
And
prime is
now-
still alive.
Now it moves on to your turn again to
Yeah.
attack. And now you use these guys, which are the only unit you have left in combat.
That's correct. So I need, in melee, I actually hit on 3s. And still reroll 1s, which I really much needed. I managed to hit 3 guys and 3s to kill.
That's 3 dead.
Yeah, since they don't have an armor save, that's 3 dead guys.
So that is how my plan was. So I would have just
Oh,
removed
yeah, that's a
these
good
guys,
plan.
and
That's a
then
good
he
plan.
would have moved in. But
Too bad that you were too effective with killing them, though. so-
yeah, since you were clever, I removed these
Oh,
guys
that's clever. Yeah.
away from. So you have a farther charge range. So I still have 1 unit in combat, which are the
Blood
Warriors. So we can do a 3-inch pile-in. And all of them can strike or hit, and since I didn't place the totem, I only have 2 attacks on age.
Plus
So
1 for
it's-
achievement, so
yep.
11. And we know what they can do.
Yep. Three plus to hit.
No rerolling 1s here.
No.
Wounding on 4s.
Yep. That's not good.
It's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Bandus
rounds.
has a 3+ save. Fails 1. And he's down to 6 wounds left.
That concludes our combat phase.
Turn 2. That brings us to the battle shock phase. However, you cast Inspiring Presence on these ones, if I recall correctly. And I do have a Ignore Battle Shock 24-inch aura from the Lord Celestant, and they are measured and they are well within range.
And I didn't lose.
Didn't lose anything there because, well, Vandus is sort of a douche. So we just go straight on to rolling for who goes first in turn 3.
Yep.
5. That would be me, good sir.
Pick. You choose yourself.
I choose myself this time.
Okay.
So it's the start of turn 3, and I've chosen to go first this turn. And I will, of course, start off with the Lord of the Host ability and granting immune to battle shock for everything within 24 inches again. And then I will actually use my Lord Relictor's special ability. He has a 12-inch range. I could either heal the Lord Celestant, however, he has only lost 1 wound, so I will actually use. I will pray for a lightning storm and try to inflict some damage on the Blood Warriors. So on a roll of 3+, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. They suffer 3 mortal wounds, which takes the last wound of this guy and kills another one off.
That's pretty nasty.
That is pretty good. And I do believe you're checking up the special rule on dying and...
Unfortunately, only in the combat phase.
Yes.
you
So
lost
he
one
died
more?
and 1 more, so it's 3 wounds in total the unit took.
Oh, 1 more. Okay.
Yeah. No, they have 2 wounds each. I inflicted 3 wounds.
Oh, so 2 guys. Sorry.
I know you're drunk with rage and
The blood.
blood.
The blood boils.
the Liberators will march forward 5 inches. And the same thing with the Liberators on the other side over here. So since you have piled in, there's actually a little larger gap here now. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. It's 8 inches.
you got last time.
And I will move forward with my retributors as well. Oh, can't actually end up within 3 inches, so we'll have to move out here. There we go. And I will move. I should run with him actually. He runs an additional 3 inches, which will take him 7 inches in this direction. So it's my shooting phase, and Wiley was silly enough to place all his heroes in a nice little lump together, so I will again attempt to burn them with my Dracoth's Breath. So I nominate this little spot here. Everything within 2 inches, let's mark here. On a roll of, on a dice roll of 4+, they suffered D3 mortal wounds. So, Korgus Kull. Does he suffer any wounds this turn? He does, and he will take 3 wounds.
3 mortal wounds. Mortal wounds cannot be saved.
Mortal wounds cannot be saved.
Yes, 3 wounds left.
The Bloodsecrator suffers D3 mortal wounds.
2.
He takes 2 more wounds.
He has 2 left.
And the Bloodstoker. The Bloodstoker also takes
1.
He takes 1 wound. I should feel bad, but it's difficult to feel bad when you feel so good. Yeah, and then we'll shoot with the prosecutors.
Throwing your lightning hammers.
Yep. I'm being nice today, so I'm actually throwing them at the unit they are in combat with.
Thank you.
Even though I could technically target something else. For example, Korgus Kull. So it's 4+ to hit. Re-rolling once, didn't roll a 1. And 4+ to wound.
Nothing.
None. And that concludes my shooting phase. So for the charge phase, I will start with my Liberate unit here. They will attempt to get in combat with the Blood Reavers. They roll 7 inches. Could you measure that for me, please?
I think that will put you within half an inch with one of them.
Half an inch.
And that is enough.
That is indeed enough to be able to pile in.
If we get your thingy, because that's has a half inch.
And it's just outside, I would say, actually.
Okay.
So no luck this turn.
So some gentlemanly behavior.
Of course, of course. The Liberators here will attempt to charge as well.
The golden boys, you have to.
5 inches.
Nice.
They must be nice.
That is actually also without 1 inch.
These guys though, maybe.
No, this is true. Since that is
guy-
within half an inch.
Is that half an inch? Yeah.
Now from this guy here, that is half an inch.
Yeah.
So in Age of Sigmar, you actually don't need to declare your charge. So you can just roll, and if you are within range, then you can just charge whatever is in range. So I was opting for the Korgorath, failed, but this guy is actually within range of the Blood Warrior, so I will charge in here instead. So he
Now
ends.
comes the important part, because you do want to have the ability to pile in 3 inches
And
when
I'm
you
actually
get
going
to the
to-
combat phase.
He's not, because he doesn't want my Korgorath to
Oh
be
yeah,
able to
that's
pile
true.
in.
You want to
He has
stay
to be
outside.
outside of 3 inches.
Exactly.
The Retributors, however, will try to charge the Korgorath.
Ooh.
It's 10 inches. That it's more than enough to get into combat with the Korgorath and the Bloodstoker. But then I would basically
we'll get
engage all the
everyone.
heroes. So we'll start with this guy here. He will get into combat here. He will get into combat here. And the Prime will get into combat there. So there you go. There you have your combat. Are you happy?
He's very happy.
Now we can do something.
Try to. Still my go. So for the combat, I will actually activate my Retributors first because, well, everyone loves Retributors. So I have 7 attacks, all striking on the Korgorath. I hit on 3+. And wound on 3+.
Oh,
That is quite average. Quite average. Still, it's one wound. which you get a save from, -1 rend,
So
and it inflicts 2 damage if you fail this one.
Yep. So I have a 5+ save.
No. So
No.
2
so
wounds.
2 wounds. So that means I have 6 wounds left.
So it's still badass.
Yep. Oh, and I missile weapon.
You forgot that.
No,
You could've shot with
I
that
didn't
one.
have anything in range.
You should watch the how-to video. Okay, so you are now in control. You can activate one of your units.
I now need to activate 1 unit, but there isn't any danger for these guys now because that unit has already activated. These guys are quite a lot, so if it takes a few from the back, it doesn't really matter. So I need to start with my Blood Warriors, and they will also get the extra attack if you kill them afterwards. So there are 2 normal guys and a champion. So
7 attacks.
7 attacks.
So is the champion striking on the Liberators, or is everything hitting on Vandus?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Go for Vandus. Have a moral victory.
Okay, all on lands. 4+.
That's 3+8 for Blood Warriors.
Oh, that's true. 3+
Yes.
and then 4+.
4+
so
to wound.
it's good. No, I don't get the reroll there. So, and then a 4+ to wound.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
It's really good.
That's 5.
That's 5. I get my 3+ saves. I
Failing
failed
2.
2.
Down
So
to
it's
4
4
wounds. This is exciting.
I do have my medic standing right behind there, so I'm pretty good. And I will.
Yeah, now it moves on to
yeah.
your.
Yeah, and I will inflict bloody vengeance and strike back with Vandus. So he strikes with his hammer first. 3+ to hit. It's 1 and 2+ to wound.
So
One
That's
wound.
enough. Yes. -1 rend,
So I get a 5+ save.
and it inflicts D3 damage. So 3 wounds onto the unit.
So that means that one of the guys are dead, but he gets to do his no respite attack back. So 2 attacks, 4+. That's 2 hits, 3+,
3+ to hit, yeah.
and then 4+ to wound. So 1 wound.
Yeah, so it's 3+.
Oh,
There you go.
Check it
And
out. It's
Blood
another wound.
Warriors are badass.
And then they die.
So 1 wound on 1 and 1 guy unscathed.
Yeah, although I'm not finished here, because the Dracot as well, he gets to strike. And he hits on 3+.
It would now be very nice if he kills the entire unit, because that gives me 1+ attack on my entire army for the rest of this combat phase.
And 3+ to wound. Oh, check this out. I rolled 2 6s, which means that the damage is D6 rather than 1.
Okay,
That's
so I get 2
bad
saves.
timing for that one.
2 saves.
Yes, -1 rend.
So 5+. So I failed both.
Yeah. And I deal 6 damage onto the unit.
All the damage. So I get to strike back before I die. That's not good. And a 4+ to wound. Nope.
Nothing.
But they die, and my entire army now gets +1 attack
plus
for
one
the
attack,
remainder of
This battle round.
this combat phase. Yeah.
Oh, so my retributions are pretty much done for.
Yeah. So I can now pick another unit to activate, and I will take the Blood Reavers, and they get a 3-inch pile-in first, so we can get some more attacks in.
I think you need to rip off those wings.
I'll try to tear the wings of the angels.
Don't you dare!
So I have now piled in with my Blood Reavers, and the Blood Reavers have 1 attack in base, but when they are 12 within the Totem and Chaos keyword character, I get an extra attack, and when a unit is wiped out, as my Blood Warriors were, I get an additional attack, so they now have 3 attacks, and there are 13 in range, including the Chieftain. So I have first 14 dice, 4+, re-rolling 1s, so it's not that good.
Well, you can do that 2 more
Oh,
times.
yes, I can. Let's see how many. It's 6,
So
7.
6. Just roll the dice again, and I can just
Yep.
keep a tally
So
of.
it's 7.
Yeah.
7 hits.
7.
And now you
And
get
then I'll
13.
remove 1, so I have 13.
Force.
And reroll ones. 6, 9.
9.
And then
Keeping tally over here.
last 13. Rerolling the ones. And 3, 3, 3. So that's all to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 6 more? No,
No, it's 9 more.
It's 9 more.
That's a shitload of hits.
Yeah. How many total of hits?
Okay, so we have 12, 24, 25.
25. So I'll.
If you'd like to borrow some dice
Yeah.
here as well.
So I have 12 here.
12, 15, 25.
Wounding on force.
Yep.
And these guys have how many wounds? 3 wounds each?
They have 2 wounds each.
2 wounds each.
Just for that specific scenario.
How many?
I can do this.
Is that a cock dice?
Oh no, that's a 6.
Yep.
Okay, so now you have to save at least all of these except 3 to have 1 guy remaining.
You are about to see something amazing.
What's the save?
4 plus.
Because I have
Okay,
no rend.
can we edit out that you're about to see something amazing part? Because, well, no.
So, you
So that is
suffered-
actually 3 out of 2 that are dead. And one of them actually already had a wound.
Yeah,
from
so you
4,
suffered 6 wounds.
And I only had 3 wounds left in that unit. So bye bye prosecutors.
Oh.
I was kind of expected, to be honest.
And I haven't even put down the totem, which would have given me an additional 1 attack on them. So 13 more. Since Matthias destroyed all of my blood warriors, his liberators does not have any targets, so he is outside of combat now because he is not within 3 inches of the Korgorath.
This
So-
is true.
Then it's my turn to. I have these 4 guys remaining because they are all 3 inches within the retributors. I will start with Korgorath. He has claws and fangs, 5 attacks, hitting on 3 plus, wounding on 3 plus, 6 wounds, or sorry, 3 hits.
Nice
the
try.
3 wounds. Yeah.
Do you have any rend?
Red -1.
-1. So that brings my retributors to a 5 plus save. I make one of them. What is the damage value?
1.
1. So one of them suffers 2 wounds. They have 3 wounds each. So they are still in the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And the next weapon?
when the Korgorath inflicts damage on 1 or more enemy units in the combat, all enemy units within 12 inches get -1 bravery. But you have the
I don't care.
you have the I don't care from Mandus. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take the Bloodstoker then. He has. Can I borrow 3 blue dice and we
Blue
can
dice,
go a
yeah.
little bit advanced? If that's all right.
Yeah.
Because I have the blade on the red and the whip on the blue dice. There are 3 attacks each, and they both hit on the roll of 3.
Yeah. So he's mixing colors. Don't try this at home. While he knows what he's doing, he's been playing Ninja games for a long
This
time.
is just try to speed things up a bit. So this will wound on 3 plus. This will wound on 4 plus. So no wounds and 3 wounds on the torture blades. The whip failed.
Yeah. Was that 3 plus or 4 plus?
3 plus.
3 plus.
Yeah.
Rend?
No rend on
No
neither.
rend. So 4 plus to survive. I suffer 2 wounds, which will bring him down to 0, and this guy to 2 wounds left.
Do you remember who I whipped? Who you whipped?
Yeah, you whipped the retributors.
No, you
No,
whipped the
earlier.
you whipped-
I
Oh,
whipped these
yeah,
guys.
you
Oh.
whipped...
They can
Yeah.
reroll wound rolls of a 1. That's too late.
It's a little bit too late
Yeah.
now.
So this guy will pile in here. He had 2 lives left.
Yes.
So that's the Blood Secretor. He has 4 attacks with his ensorcelled axe. 3+ to hit. 3+ to wound.
Wow.
And -1 rend.
-1 rend.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's horrible.
saving
So-
on 5s.
5+. Managed to save
There
1.
goes another one.
Which means this guy is dead. Which leaves the prime
And then
on the field.
Korgo's Cool comes in
To finish him off.
to try to finish him off, and we'll start with the Fleshhound's Blood Dark Claws, which has 4 attacks. 3+ to hit.
Justice.
Wow. Okay. And then a 4+ to wound. No! Okay, so then it's up to the Axe of Khorne, which is a reality splitting axe. So we'll see.
Yeah, that one as well.
We'll see. So he has 3 attacks with the axe, 3+ to hits,
3
and
hits.
3+ to wound,
3 wounds.
3 wounds, -1 rend.
-1 rend, so 5+ to survive.
Oh,
Check it out!
No!
He actually survives and is locking that entire big pile of heroes in combat for at least 1 more round.
Because this is really bad for me. Because I would have done D3 damage on each of those wounds. So even though if he had saved only 2 of them, I would still have been maybe able to kill him. And if I wouldn't have, he's got the reality splitting axe, but we'll save that for
For more epic moments.
yes. That takes us to the battle shock test, but there are no battle shocks because these guys have inspiring presence
Yeah,
and they
and-
haven't taken anything, and they are single model war scrolls.
Plus also my retributors are inspired by Bandus's command ability.
Yep.
So we're all good to go. So it's basically just our roll off for turn 4.
Yep. There's a reroll on a tie.
I need this one.
no, that's a
Reroll
second tie. Come
on
on,
the tie.
guys.
Tie.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so while you have it.
Yes. For my hero phase, I will use the Mighty Lord of Khorne's Gore Lord command ability, and he can choose then pick up to 3 friendly units with Immortal and Khorne keywords that are within 24 inches of the model. And I will pick these guys and the Korgoth and the Bloodstalker. That doesn't really matter. But these guys then get an extra dice for rolling on the charge rolls. I will then proceed. Then he will stick his totem in the ground, and everyone with the Khorne keyword will get an extra attack and does not need to take battle shock tests. So then we are into the movement phase, and these guys go 6 inches.
Okay, we'll be back with that.
The Blood Reavers have moved up in the move phase, and that brings us to the shooting phase. And the Korgoroth has a 6-inch bone tentacle shooting attack. And it's a 3 attacks, 3+ to hit. Hits with 2. And on 4+ wounds. So no wounds, unfortunately. And that concludes the shooting phase. We have the charge phase. The Blood Reavers will attempt to charge. They get an extra dice from the command ability, and they get
+1 inch.
+1 inch from the horn.
That's a total of 11.
Yep. And that should be...
Yeah, so he rolls 3 dice and picks the 2 highest for the charge.
Yeah, I got...
So then you get
This.
8 inches move.
Is that enough?
Oh yeah, so I get inches. Yeah, but it's still enough. Still enough. So I'll charge them in. It doesn't matter, you'll get to pile in. We are now in the combat phase, and I will pick one of my units in combat to activate, and I choose the Mighty Lord of Khorne. We'll start off with the Fleshhound's Blood Dark Claws. 4 attacks, 3+ to hit. On the Retributor, of course. So 3+ to hit, 3 hits, and 4+ to wound. 2 wounds.
I will roll. Do you have any?
No rend.
No rend. That's good news. So 4+ to save.
Look
Look at that, beautiful.
And then the Axe of Khorne. 3 attacks, 3+ to hit, and 3+ to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
This is the exciting one.
This one was with -1 rend.
This is -1 rend, yes.
So it's 5s to survive. Survives 1, which means that you deal how many damage?
I deal 1 damage,
One
and
damage.
you have 1 left.
Yeah.
2 left.
Was it D3 wounds?
But that was the reality splitting axe. And if by the end of the combat phase we have to make a roll for all models wounded by the Axe of Khorne. On a 5 or more, the model is removed from play. He's slain. So that'd be nice to get into Landus, but not this time. You can choose to activate one of your units.
Yeah, this is really difficult, but
Yep.
I do believe that I will activate the Retributor and strike everything I got on the Blood Secretor.
I was afraid of that.
So 3+ to hit. It's 2, and 3+ to wound.
Oh,
So
only
1. You get -1 to your save,
He has a 3+ save.
which turns into a 4+.
Yep.
And he takes 2 damage, which
No!
is actually the
No!
last thing he has.
Oh yeah, there were 2 damage on these axes.
Oh, the big lightning hammers. They have a damage value of 2.
So now you lost 1 attack.
Yes,
I'm
on
losing
the,
2 attacks
2
on these
attacks,
guys,
actually.
but I gain 1 attack because you have.
I have slain a unit, on the battlefield, so the followers of Khorne are very happy because blood flows.
Yeah.
However, he
But-
loses a lot of attacks from the banner.
Then it's my turn to activate a unit, and I pick the Blood Reavers, who then gets a 3-inch pile-in.
You're still going for the Lord Celestant.
Yep.
So we'll be back with the piling in.
I have 7 Blood Reavers in contact with within reach of Bandus, and they get an extra attack for the Dead Blood Secretor and the special ability of the War Scroll Battalion, and hitting on force and re-rolling once first.
That's pretty good.
Good. And wounding on force.
That's not so good.
Not so good.
But
Still 5. You have a 3+ save.
5. I do have a 3+ save on Bandus. So 3+. That is actually enough to kill him. Oh my god.
You took 3 wounds. He died.
He did.
He's surrounded by cannibals.
Yeah, they ate him.
Probably.
And his steed.
Oh, it's okay. I'm quite furious now, so I will pile in with
Ooh.
my
But
Liberators.
now there will be battle shocks for you.
Ah, this is true. Oh god.
Now you don't have this special ability thing.
It's there, and he will pile in here.
And you are within 3 of the Gorgoroth.
Yeah, but the Korgorath is still in base contact with the Retributor, so...
Well, the Bloodsucker can kill him first.
We will see. We will see. So the Liberators are 5 guys. They all have 2 attacks each, except for the Prime, who has 1 extra attack.
So 11 attacks.
11 attacks. I hit on 4+.
That could have gone better.
Tell me about it.
That could have gone better.
3+2 to kill.
That could have gone better.
Oh yes, I know. Thank you. No need to remind me.
1 dead?
1 dead.
1? Just 1?
Yes, just 1. Don't rub it in.
Sorry.
So you have the Bloodstoker left.
And the Korgoth, but I'll
yes, the
take
Korgoth has
the
some.
Bloodstoker first. He will use his whip, 3+, and the 4+. Nope.
Justice.
And then the Torture Blade, 3+, and 3+2 wounds. So 2 wounds.
Any rend?
No rend.
So 4+.
No!
So he is dead, and
Korgorath is free to pile in.
but first you can activate your
Yeah, that's true.
relic.
Yeah, don't forget about me. So I will pile in with the Relic Thor. 3+ to hit.
What?
And 3+ to wound. So he kills off 1.
Another one.
Measly
those guys.
Blood Reaver.
1 measly little blood whip.
And now
And
the
then-
Korgorath. With sound effects.
Yes, of
Of
course.
course.
That's how you play miniature games.
And then he has 5 attacks, 3+ to hit. Oh. And 3+ to wound. 2 wounds, -1 rend.
-1 rend, so that's a 5+ save.
Oh.
Takes 1 wound.
Yes, it's 1 damage. And now you have -1 bravery for all units within 12 inches.
Oh,
of
that's
this
okay
unit.
because I have +1 bravery as long as I'm within 6 inches of another unit from the battalion.
Yeah.
I still haven't lost a single model from this unit, so they don't need to take battle shock. So it's my turn 4. It's looking very grim, but I will give it a go anyway. So I will start with casting a lightning storm on Korgus Kull. Because to hell with you. So on a roll of let's see what I need. I do believe it was a 3+. Yes, on a roll of 3 or more, he suffers D3 wounds. He does suffer D3 wounds. Please give me a 6. A 1. So he's down to.
He gets no save from
He
this.
does not get a save. It's mortal wounds.
Yeah. So
And then I will move straight on to the movement phase. Where these guys move 5 inches forward. You know, tight little conga line. There is no shooting phase since I don't have any ranged weapons, so I will go straight to the charge phase. So these guys will attempt to get into combat. Will they do it this turn?
I think they will.
They do. So pile in with these 2, and the rest.
you're charging with this.
I'm charging in with the Liberators. And then I will choose a unit to strike with first. So I will actually go for these Liberators. I have this guy here, focusing all his attacks on the Korgorath. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, and the extra for the Prime on the Blood Reavers. So the Liberators actually have a special called Lay Low the Tyrants. So when they're targeting something that has 5 or more wounds on their profile, they get +1 to hit.
Oh.
So this has clearly more than 8. There we go. So he hits on 3+. Hits 1, which would have been a miss usually, and 3+ to wound. So he takes a wound.
Save.
No rend, so you still get your save.
4+ save. Nope.
Down to
Down
5.
to 5.
And that made a difference.
Yep.
So we have the rest of the Liberators here, striking the Blood Reavers.
Yep.
4+ to hit. And 3s to kill, since they don't have a save. That's 3 dead Blood Warriors. Blood Reavers, sorry. And then it's your go.
Yes. We forgot to take a Bad shock test. So I lost 2 guys. 3 plus 2 is 5, and I have
Bravery of
5. So that's fine.
Plus you have an icon, which gives you +1.
Well, the icon
6.
is. Oh yes, the icon
Banner.
of
Yeah.
course. So that's fine.
So we remember now, and everything is good.
So we've put up how many I've lost this round. I will activate the Bloodstoker. I will use the whip. 3+ to hit, all misses, and then the torture blades. 3 attacks, 3+ to hit. It's 2 and 3+ 2 wounds, and 1 wound. No rend.
No rend, so he will get a 4+ save,
And it's
which he makes.
So nobody got wounded.
Then it's Matthias's turn
It's
to
my turn.
choose another.
I will actually pile in with the Liberators. So this guy here can pile in 3 inches, which will give him in half an inch of the Korgorath. This guy can pile in towards the Bloodstoker. And this guy can't pile in anything significantly. But I have 3 Liberators on the Bloodstoker and 1 on the Korgorath. So start against the Korgorath. It's 3+ to hit this turn, since because of the lay low the tyrants, and 3+ to wound. So it's 1 wound on the Korgorath
With a 4+ save. And you have a round of.
no rend on this
Okay,
guys.
4+ save. It's another wound, so that's down to 4.
And then the rest of the group here strikes the
Bloodstoker.
So the Bloodstoker, how many wounds does he have on
The
his
Bloodstoker
profile?
has 5 on his
So,
profile.
which means that the lay low the tyrants will kick in here as well, so they will actually hit him on 3s.
Yep.
And his 3 attacks hit 4 and 3+ 2 wound. That's 3 wounds on the Bloodstoker.
And still no rend, so that's a 4+ save. And he's dead.
We had only 2 wounds left.
Yes,
dies on the floor.
2 wounds left. And he took 2 wounds and fell 2 saves. So that's a bummer. So it's my go. And I start with the Blood Reavers. I need to have a 3-inch pile in. And get into base contact. Into the base contact. So I've piled in. And as the Bloodstoker is killed, I get an extra attack. So I have 2 guys attacking the Lord Relitor, hitting on 4+, re-rolling 1s, and 4+ 2 wounds. So 1 wound on the Lord Relitor.
And he has a 3+ save, which he makes.
Yep. And then we have 8 guys. 16 attacks on the Liberators.
And that's because your champion can't reach.
Re-rolling 1s. 4+ to hit. So that's quite good. And 4+ 2 wounds.
Okay, I see dead Liberators.
Well,
I see opportunities.
so 8, 9.
9 wounds suffered.
I
Well,
will get
9
a
wounds.
4+ save with reroll of 1s because of my big Sigmarite shield. Double 1 again. What are the odds? I hate this game. So that's 5 wounds inflicted, which means the this fellow here loses his last wound.
And then 2 more.
Are dead. So I will remove this guy here and this guy here.
And then you have lost 3 models on that unit.
Oh, I can just put them on the side here.
Okay, yeah. And then it is your go.
It's my turn to activate a unit. So the only thing I haven't activated yet is the Lord Relator.
Yep.
He will strike the only thing available to him, the Blood Reavers. Hits on 3+. And wounds on 3+.
One dead.
One dead guy, wow. He's not doing a good job.
Then I will attack with the Mighty Lord of Khorne. with the 4 attacks of the Flesh Hound first. 3+.
So you pile in first.
Oh yes, of
against the
course,
other.
pile in. Yeah.
Striking air.
Hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. So 1 wound.
Minus
No,
1
no
rend.
rend.
No rend, so it's a 4+ save.
Oh.
With a reroll for my Sigmarite shields.
Of course.
And he fails it.
Yep.
How much damage does it?
1 damage.
1 damage.
And then the Axe of Corn has.
Actually, I'm going to take it on him.
And then it's 3 attacks. 3 to hit.
What?
There we go.
As Matthias has no more units in close combat, it is my turn again, and I picked the Korgorath is the only one I have left. He has 5 attacks, hitting on 3+, and wounding on 3+, and I hit the Liberators, of course. And there is 2 hits, -1 rend.
-1 rend, which brings me to 5+ for my armor saves. I make 1, and 1 of them is dead. He
Yes.
loses his last wound.
That is very good because
Removed.
when the Korgorath has slain a model, he is the taker of heads and he regains 1 wound. So he's back to 5 wounds.
Nice.
That's nasty.
So then we go into Battle Shock.
Yes.
And now
so
there
it's,
will be battle shocks.
yeah, so it's actually my go. So I will roll for 1 unit first. I will start with the larger unit of Liberators. Well, that's 1 + 1, that's 2. Their bravery value is 6. So
Very
they
good.
are... They're fine.
Yep. Then it's the Blood Reavers.
You've taken 4 casualties.
So it's a 5 + 4, that's 9. And they have a bravery of
5.
5 + 1, so 6. So they lose
3 models.
So they're not so fine.
So these guys have lost... This unit of Liberators has lost 3 men. However, they are within 6 inches of another unit from this battalion. So they have bravery 7 this turn.
And they lose 1 because they are within...
1/6 of the Korgorath.
Of the Korgorath, okay.
Yeah.
So they're down to 6 again?
Yeah, so they would have...
6 + 3, that's 9.
Oh.
Which means that the 3 guys, or yeah, 3 out of 2 possible, runs away.
That's pretty nasty.
That's how
That's
Battle
not good.
Shocks can really
Can
affect the battle.
So 2 words about battle shock. Every unit has a bravery assigned to it. And when you have lost 1 or more models in close or in combat,
Actually, during the entire round. So if you lose any models during the hero phase, from 1 hero ability or shooting phase as well, then you need to take a battle shock test at the end of the turn as well.
okay, so keep a note of how many you lost, just like we did with the Blood Reavers, putting a die next to them to show how many they have lost. And then when you take the test, you roll 1d6 and add the number of men you lost, and then you deduct your bravery, and what's remaining is how many models extra you will lose. And as you saw now, he lost 3 additional models, but there were only 2 left, so that was the whole unit gone. So battle shock can be quite nasty, and that's also why it was very good of you to take out his Lord Celestant, so that he didn't have this I don't care rule. Okay, so what happens now?
Well, we roll for turn 5.
Yep.
Let's see who goes first there.
Rerolling. Okay.
It is my turn. The start of turn 5, which is the final turn, as we decided. We've been going on for it for quite some time. And I won the roll-off for who goes first. I choose myself, of course. So I can use the Lord Relictor to cast a lightning strike on Korgus again. So on a 3+, never mind, he does not suffer any wounds this turn.
You're ridden with bad luck.
I was really rooting for that one. I forego my movement phase, my shooting phase, and move straight on to the combat phase, where I will pile in with my Liberators. So these guys will actually pile in towards the Korgorath. these guys towards Korgo's Cove. And I will just begin rolling some dice. So these two guys here, I have my prime here. We will strike the Korgorath, hitting on 3+ now. I hit with 4 dice and 3+2 wound.
3 wounds.
So it's 3 wounds on the Korgorath.
No rend.
No rend.
So 4+ save.
Oops.
Takes 2 wounds.
It's
also
down
have
to 3.
Also have 2 gentlemen with 2 attacks each, bashing in the head of Korgo's Cove. So it's 3+2 hit him as well. Hit everything. And 3+2 wound.
He only has 1 wound left, but you only score 1 wound.
Might be enough.
So I have a 3+ save.
And I have -5 on rend. No, just kidding.
3+.
Oh!
So he goes boom.
He goes boom. Yes. So with Korgo's Cove dead, it's my turn to activate a unit. I will pick the Blood Rivers, and he's not in base contact. He will pile in. Oh, the champion gets to hit something.
Chieftain in there as well. Nice.
Let's see. He gets in there, and he will just stand there, shake his
Flag.
icon. So I then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get
+1 attack for...
+1 attack because you
one dead Korgo's Cove.
killed Korgo's Cove.
1 for the champion.
And 1 for the champion. It's 4+. Rerolling ones. That was cocked die anyway. So wounding on 4s.
I see a dead.
So 6.
It's quite possible. He has 5 wounds and a 3+ save. Statistically, I should make this. I do. However, me and statistics don't really work very well together. So he suffers 1 wound and has 4 left.
Okay. And then
It's my go.
Yep.
So I will strike back with the Relictor. So 3+ to hit. There we go. And 3+ to kill. That's basically what he's been doing the entire
Yep.
battle, killing off 1 at a time.
Yep, so they have lost 1. I'll put him there to remind us for the battle shock test.
And then it's the Korgorath.
Yep. So the Korgorath has 5 attacks. 3+ to hit. I hit these guys, of course, and 3+2. 2 wounds. Yeah, -1 rend.
That's on rend, which brings me down to a 5+. With a reroll of 1s, which I save, so I will take a wound on this little fella here.
But you now get -1 bravery on that unit. And you're within 12, so you get.
I have, however, not lost a single
no
model yet.
So
Do you have any more attacks with
No,
the
I don't have any more attacks. So
Then it's the battle shock phase.
Yes.
So you battle
These
shock for these
guys.
guys.
5 + 1 is a 6, and they have
5 plus the banner.
5 plus the banner, so that's 6. So it's 0.
So they are good.
Yeah, fortunately. It's my turn. I don't have anything to do in the hero phase. I don't have anything to do in the move phase, but I have something to do in the shooting phase. I have a 6-inch shooting attack, and I don't have enough range for those guys, so I'll try to hit these guys. 3 shooting attacks, hitting on 3+, wounding on 4+.
And what is it you're shooting with?
Bony tentacles.
Bony tentacle.
And it's this one. 2 wounds.
There's one over here and here as well, so it's quite.
And what is the rend value on the bony
The rend
tentacles?
value is dash, so
Dash,
no.
So I
no
still
rend.
get my 4+ save.
Yep. Oh.
With reroll 1s. So if you're going to fail hard. And there we go. So
One
lose
dead.
1. So that's him losing his last wound.
Okay.
And then there is no charges. then we go straight into combat, and I will choose to activate the Korgorath with 5 attacks, 3+, and 3+ to wound, -1 rend on 2 saves.
5+.
There you go.
Reroll.
There you go.
Dead.
Him dead.
So you get to activate.
Then I will actually activate the Lord Relictor, since you can still dish out quite a few attacks here.
Yep.
So I will try to reduce that. So 3+ to hit, and 3+ to kill. Oh, that's 2 dead.
2 dead. I'll make way for him. There we go. And then I activate this unit, pile in, and I have 4 attacks +1 for champion, because there haven't been any units that's been wiped out this round of combat. So hit on force, and reroll the 1. Oh, and winning on 4. Yep.
So it's a 3+ save for him.
Yep.
Oh, and he fails it.
So
he
it's
takes
down to
1.
3 wounds.
Doesn't make much of a difference right now, I believe. And then I have my 5 attacks with my Liberators. 3+ to hit. And 3+ to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds on the Korgorath.
4+ save. And he's down to 2 wounds. But he
that's
did
right.
slay a couple, so he regains 1, and then he's back to 3.
And that takes it to the Battle Shock, so you have only the Battle Shock for the Blood Reavers.
Yeah. So 6 plus
Wow.
2 is 8.
So it's 2 more who runs away.
Minus 6, so 2 more runs away. So I need to. Yeah, it doesn't really matter now, but.
Is
remove the Hornbrow.
Yeah, the Hornbrow.
Is there a battle shock for your Liberators?
Yep.
There is a battle
Minus
for
2.
Liberators.
Or plus 2.
Minus 2 plus 1 for this one, so it's.
Oh, it's yeah. It's
Yeah, so
minus
it's
1 bravery plus 1 bravery.
Yeah, so it's still on 6. I rolled 3.
Plus
I
2.
lost 2 guys.
That's 5, so you're
That's
fine.
5, so they are okay.
So this is how the table looked after round 5. We each had 3 models left on the table, but I had 11 more models to start with, and as per the rules, Matthias achieves a minor victory for having 16% of his army left, and I only have 10% of my army left.
And this is because you decided to end in turn 5.
Yep.
You could of course have chosen to go all the way.
Yep.
Or you could have chosen to go into turn 6 or 7 or whatever you decided.
The rules doesn't specify how many battle rounds there is in this battle plan, so you can play until you are done or agree on a set amount of battle rounds before the start of the game, and we had decided on 5 to end it there, and yeah, there you have it.
There you have it. Which was the unit, the battle of the unit, the battle of the game, the unit of the game?
What?
Well, what?
Player of the game.
The player of the game.
Model of the game.
Well, the Retributors are a big time favorite. However, with my crappy dice roll, I would have to give that title to Vandus Hammerhand. On my side, actually. What's how about you? What?
Honestly,
Blood Reavers.
Blood Reavers, yeah.
Yeah.
The Blood Reavers with the Blood Secretor, with the battle, the War Scroll battalion, with the formation that gives them that extra bonus. It's quite good. It's quite good.
Actually, if I could nominate one from your army, I would say it's the Blood Secretor, because he was actually the one who made everyone get one extra attack,
Exactly.
2 extra attacks even for the Blood Reavers.
Yes. And wiping the units as well. Everyone gets an extra.
Everyone gets extra attacks.
But you achieved a minor victory.
A minor victory,
You
just enough to win the game.
Yep, 16% left on the table, and I have 10%. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for the game.
So this concludes the How To series, or the series including the Age of Sigmar starter box. but there is one more battle plan in the book, and that is the same armies, but you add in
Whatever you want.
whatever you want. And there are 2 expansion sets for these armies.
Yeah.
So you have the Stormcast,
I do have the Stormcast Eternal one, and you do have the.
the Khorne Bloodbound one. So
Yeah.
I just have to do a lot of painting, and then we think we should have a rematch. Of this.
That sounds lovely.
And we will of course put that on camera for you.
So this has been Tabletop Battle with Svein.
Spillforeningen the Fellowship with Wild.
Matthias from Games Workshop Oslo.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.